Hi, it's Tracy from Two Rocks Tarot, and it's been a while, hasn't it? I can't even pronounce my my own channel name. So the reason why it's been a while is because I have been really sick since the beginning of May. So I thought I would do a little bit of an update video. You can probably tell I still look like crap. But yeah, I was really ill and come pretty close to dying actually. So I thought I would let you all know what's been happening. I said to my husband, I said, oh, God, you know, I've got no get up and go. I'm so freaking tired. I'm just sitting in the chair all the time, like doing nothing. So, and I didn't know what was wrong with me. And then, you know, gradually I'm kind of getting sicker. I'm getting tireder. I just had no energy, like absolutely no energy. And I was getting worse and worse, and I felt worse than when I did on chemo. And I said to my oncologist, we were doing a teleconference calls every Wednesday. And part of this is before I see him, I get a blood test every couple of days just before I see him. So he checks all my, you know, my blood levels and my iron and stuff like that. And he said to me, well, your iron has gone down. He said, when you start, now this is my actually hemoglobin. So the hemoglobin and your iron levels are actually completely different. I look a little bit short, don't I? I think I have to adjust my camera. That's a little bit better, isn't it? So anyway, when I started the tablets, I was 182. He said, it's actually gone down to 100. He said, it's not too bad, but, you know, we'll keep an eye on it. And I said, okay. So gradually I'm feeling worse and worse. Got to the point where I couldn't walk to my kitchen sink. So the kitchen sink and my chair is probably, I don't know, maybe 6 steps away. It's not far, hey. But I was out of breath. I couldn't breathe. I got really, how can I say it, dizzy spells, like really bad dizzy spells, to the point that I couldn't bend down. I couldn't like empty the kitty litter, so Aaron had to take over that. Everything was white and hazy in front of me. I just felt just shit. I really felt like I was dying. And for the very first time since I got diagnosed with cancer, I said to my husband, I don't want to live like this. I can't go on. So anyway, the next appointment comes with my oncologist, and he said to me, did you do a blood test? And I said, yes, I did. And he said, oh, we haven't got it yet. He said, let me search for it, and I'll ring you back. And I said, okay. So for some stupid reason, they sent, so Yanchep from Two Rocks is like 10-minute drive, and that's where I was going to get my blood test done, because they're supposed to get it to the oncologist straight away so they can see if anything's wrong. So for some reason they sent it to Jandakot, which is miles and miles and miles away. Anyway, he rang me back and he said to me, you need to go to the hospital. I think you're bleeding internally. And I said, what? Shit, how? Why? He said your hemoglobin is now 57. Okay. He said, I'm going to write you a letter and I want you to go down to emergency department in the hospital. I said, oh shit, okay. All right then. So did that. Now the hospital's only like 30 k's away. By the time I got there, I couldn't even walk in a straight line. So I'm walking to the nurse, and she actually had to catch me and pop me into the wheelchair when they laid me down out in the back. So I actually got her out the back straight away, and it went down to 51, just like that. So they got me a blood transfusion into me. Now I'm B positive, but because I had so much crap going on with me that I didn't know what was going on, they had to give me, I think it was O or something like that. I know it was O something. It's what they give you when you've got a lot of antibodies. One nurse doctor wanted to send me to Charlie Gardner by ambulance. Freaked my husband out. He thought I was actually going to die, because I looked really ill, like Casper had nothing on how pale I look, and I probably still look a little bit pale and peaky, but there's a reason for that as well now. So, and then there was another doctor, and he was an asshole. Okay, it's the first time I've actually dealt with an asshole at Joondalup Hospital. He goes to me, you know, he was one of the ones that's training the doctors, you know, had his little minions around him. And one of the training doctors was really nice. He came and saw me the next day because I actually had to stay in hospital for 3 days. He said, trouble is if we give you a blood transfusion, we don't really know what's going on. It's no use. I'm just going to ring up your oncologist. Like, he just wanted to not even give it to me, just send me home, right? Okay. And the nurse that was next to me was rolling her eyes because I was like really sick. And he rang up my oncologist and he shut him up in like 3 minutes flat. I just saw him shut the phone. And I said to Dr. Sue, I said, he was so rude. And he goes, I said to him that if you send her back, she's only going to have to go back to hospital. So they ended up giving me 2 pints of blood there and so many tests to try and find out what was going on. Because what was happening is my red blood cells, my body was turning against my body and it was destroying my red blood cells. And they couldn't figure out why. Okay. We all thought, I said to Aaron, my tarot senses and my spidey senses are telling me it's the tablets that he put me on. My oncologist was certain that it wasn't. That wasn't the tablets. But so they spent 3 days. They put a camera down my throat to make sure that I wasn't bleeding internally. I was supposed to have a colonoscopy, but I was too ill to actually have that. And because I wasn't bleeding anywhere, like, because they kept asking me, are you bleeding? And I said, no, not even my gums, absolutely nothing. The only bleeding I had was like slight blood nose, which is normal when you are on sort of like cancer medication. So there was nothing there. And then my oncologist said, we will, he said the dog in the background, whinging because Aaron's gone for a bike ride. So doctor said, look, I think you still need another couple of pints of blood, so we'll book you in for the, I think it was the following Monday. The dates are all over the shop because I was so sick, I just could not keep up with it, right? I ended up getting more sick. I couldn't keep anything down. I couldn't keep any food down whatsoever. A bite of toast, it would come up. Coughing that much that I got a bruise on my stomach, which I might put a photo if I can find it. But you can see all the bruising on my stomach because I was coughing so much and throwing up so much. And I never threw up, not even when I had chemo. I didn't throw up once, okay? So Aaron was really worried and he rang my oncologist up. And bless him, he rang up like straight away. And what they did is they put me on some steroids. And they, so I had to take 3 a day. And he also put me on some Parazibol, which stops the nausea, so I could actually eat because I just could not eat. And I'm talking about weeks. I couldn't eat for weeks. I just couldn't keep anything down. It was just like liquid. You know, I was just drinking water to try and keep myself hydrated. And that wasn't working because my urine was bright orange. Sorry for the graphic thing, but I'm telling you this because if you have a reaction, you need to know the signs to look out for, okay? So in the end, I also had to go and see a hematologist as well. So now, because my oncologist is a bit annoyed that they couldn't get me the correct blood type because you do have a cross match to see. So he booked me and he said, come into oncology and we'll give you another blood transfusion, okay? It took 2 hours to get, so I got there at 9:30, took 2 hours to get 1 pint in. Then they were going to do the second pint, and then I had an allergic reaction to it. I got into a fever, I couldn't breathe again, coughing, and so they had to stop it straight away. And I've still got this, look, can you see the bruise? Look, that's still from the blood transfusion in there, like from weeks ago. So, yeah, so I had an allergic reaction to that. So I went and saw the haematologist at the Charlie Gardner Hospital, and this is quite funny because every time I need to see a specialist, this has happened without fail, I've got a cancellation. So actually ended up getting the next day, which was fantastic. So, and he said usually when it's a new patient, it's half an hour. It took them an hour because they're trying to figure out what happened. So what's it come down to is I have got hemolytic anemia, and it was caused from the tablets that my poor oncologist put me on to stop the cancer. Okay. And even he can't believe it. They all say that I'm a special case, and I said to my oncologist, "Can we please stop it? I just want it over. I don't want to go through with it, you know." So as it stands now, my count was 98, but I haven't been able to get a blood test this week because last Monday I tested positive to frickin' COVID. Can you believe it? So I've still got it. I still got COVID. Aaron had COVID as well. He's been home all week. He's tested negative today, so yesterday actually. So he's fine now, but he still had that nasty cough. He's been coughing. And the only reason we tested each other for COVID because Aaron's boss emailed him and said that he got it. And I said to him, you know, I've been coughing a fair bit, but I was still thinking it was still from my reaction, you know, from these tablets. So I said, I will test myself, and I found out that I have COVID. So I've got to wait till I'm over that. So I'll test myself again on Monday, and if I'm okay, I can finally get my blood test, because what they want to do is I want to reduce my steroids. I'm taking 3 a day, but what they want to do is it's no good to keep, you know, constantly on them. You've got to sort of wean yourself off. So if my count is over 100, well, then I go down to 2, and then the following go to week, and then eventually get off them. Now, on the 6th of July, I've got to go and see my actual oncologist. He wants to put me on the tablets, you know, to get this cancer under control. But as you can see, the redness has gone. The swelling is actually gone. This was huge. This lump is like hardly there now. And but when I was sick, my neck looked like a bullfrog. I don't know if any of you have seen this funny movie called the Hong Kong Shuffle, I think it's called. Honestly, but there's a character there who turns into a bullfrog, and that's what my neck. It was just so swollen. All that has gone down. Even my arm is practically the same size as this arm now. So I'm scared because I don't know what's going to happen. He's going to put me on another tablet. Now, these tablets that he put me on were bloody expensive. They're $5,000 a packet, but because I live in Australia, I only had to pay $30. And I said to Aaron, I said, can you imagine paying that much money and then the tablets don't work? Hey, it was terrible. So I've never felt so sick in my life, and I truly thought I could have died because I just had nothing in my body. It was just shit. The COVID's not too bad because I've still got a bit of a sort of a chesty cough, but my oncologist, again, because I emailed him, he's really fantastic. I can actually email him and he will answer. And I said to him, look, I've got COVID. I don't know if you want to give me anything for it. So he's actually given me these, again, tablets are $1,000. I paid $30 for it, but I have to take 8 a day. So 4 in the morning, 4 at night. I've also got to take some is it folate or folic acid or something that pregnant women take, but the highest dose to help my red blood cells rejuvenate, because they've tested me for everything. They tested me for HIV, they've tested me for hepatitis. They're testing to see if I've got some type of autoimmune disease that this tablets, I may have switched it on or whatever. So they're testing me for everything, and they still want to test me for a few other things, and I'll have to go back on the 18th now. I was supposed to see them, of course, last week, but then I got bloody COVID, didn't I, of all things. Managed to go all through my cancer treatment without getting COVID, but there you go. I've got this big sook. You can tell he's a Staffordshire English Terrier, because he just whinges, like whinge. Absolutely hates it when Aaron's not home. So I have been sick since the beginning of May, and I'm still sick now, and it's the 1st of bloody July, and I'm really hoping that, you know, I get over this COVID, because I really do want to go, you know, get on some tablets to actually to stop the cancer from spreading. Lucky, it's very slow, so, you know, it's not really going to hurt me, and I'm still taking, I still get a needle that stops my hormones from reducing every month, so I am taking a preventative, but, you know, we want to get this all sorted. I've lost a lot of weight, so when I got cancer, I went up to 98 kilos. Now, when I was young, I was always underweight, so I've always weighed around 45 to 50 kilo mark. Got up to 50 when I had my first daughter, and then went up to 55 when I had my second. and then I hit menopause, and that's when I really stuck it on. Nothing I did could make me lose weight. And then when I got, and I was up to 98 kilos. Right now, I didn't even weigh that much. If I had been pregnant with both my daughters at once, I didn't weigh that much. Okay, so I was horrified. I had nothing I could do. And then when I got cancer, and they put me on, stopped my hormones producing, the very first week I lost 2 kilos. But because I haven't been eating, I weighed myself the other day, and I'm 71 kilos now. Can you believe it? I haven't been that thin for years. My goal weight was actually 65. I wanted to get down to 65. I didn't want to go back to 60 or 55, because I think when you get older, you need to have a little bit of weight on you. So I have lost a lot of weight purely because I haven't been eating for so long. But the steroids actually make you eat. Like, I'm eating, but I'm still not really putting it on. So, which I don't really care, because it's better to be, thinner. I mean, that's who I am. I've always been thin, but I don't think anybody really believed me unless you had to know me when I was young. So yeah, so that's what's been happening. I have been really sick, and I thought I would update it. Now, the tablet that he put me on was called Imbrance. Now, this does not mean if your oncologist puts you on it, it's going to happen to you. But I just wanted to make you aware that you can have side effects. And this even shocked and surprised my oncologist. That, they can't believe it. And he keeps saying I'm a special case. Because, like, I've had 2 biopsies, come back negative for cancer. But when I had my PET scans, the cancer showed up. That's just unheard of. The hematologist couldn't believe either. He's never come across a case like mine either. So that's why I'm telling you this. So please don't think if you get prescribed this drug, because obviously he must have thought it was going to be really good for me. It just didn't agree with me. But every time he does put me on something, I do look up side effects. And one of the side effects was fatigue, so I didn't really think much of it. But I didn't realise how sick I was getting. I was getting worse and worse and worse. Aaron said he couldn't sleep at night because he thought I was going to stop breathing at night time. He was laying there listening to me breathe. So I was incredibly ill, and I think I come very close to dying. And when I found out I had the cancer, we asked, what's my prognosis? And the worst case was 1 to 2 years to live. And the best case scenario was years and years. And I'm going for the best case scenario because I'm not even taking anything now, and my whole neck has gone down. The rash is a lot better. It's still there, but it's so much better than what it was. I can't believe it. So I really don't believe, I think I am meant to die yet, If we're going back to, like, first being diagnosed with cancer, after my mastectomy, I went into septic poisoning. I've had allergic reaction to a blood transfusion. I still don't know if they're going to actually give me more, because, we can't see my count yet. COVID, I've got now, this bad reaction that I've had, and I'm still freaking here. Like, there's got to be something that I'm meant to do, and I think these videos are part of it. I think that I am meant to do these videos just to make other women and men aware too. So all I'm going to suggest to you is that when you get a new tablet prescribed to you, just look up the side effects, because I just look up the side effects and fatigue, maybe a couple of headaches or something like that. That way I know that that's normal, it's not something the cancer is causing. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's why I do it. But I just got worse and worse and worse and worse. And I feel lucky to be here. And I still look like shit, like I need a haircut. and probably colour and things like that. I'm trying to get better from the end of the month, because I'm due to fly out to see my father, because before we knew, like, what my... like how long I was going to live, do you know what I mean? We didn't know what was happening, and I really wanted to see my dad again, in case I did die. Do you know what I mean? But I've got no intention of dying. And even my dad, he rang me up and he said, I can't believe how sick you've been. He said, you were never sick when you were a kid. I said, I was with asthma. You've probably forgotten that. But when I was young, I did used to get sick a lot, and then I got really, really healthy. Like, I hardly ever got sick. So this has been a real trial for me, and I feel tired today, but I think that's probably just COVID. But I'm really blessed that I got such a fantastic bloody oncologist, you know, because, you know, he rang me at 6. I emailed him because I up early. Emailed him at 5. He rang me at 6, asked me the symptoms of my COVID when I had it, what I've got and all that sort of stuff, and then emailed my chemist with some a prescription, which he's done about 3 or 4 times now for me. So, and the chemist is great. They deliver it, so I don't have to, you know, spread my germs anywhere. So it's just... that's what's been happening to me. So I haven't done any tarot whatsoever. I have got an app on my phone, and it's what is it? I always forget this for some reason, I don't know why. I forget the Shining Tribe. That's all I've been doing, is getting a daily cloud from the Shining Tribe app. I haven't done apps. I just couldn't physically do anything. I couldn't even watch TV. I couldn't read. All I literally did was sit in a chair and sleep and wake up with Aaron trying to force food down me and drinking water, because I was just so... I really thought I was going to die. I have to admit it. And even Aaron said he was worried. He thought I was going to die, and that's why he ended up ringing up the oncologist and said, look, you know, she's really sick, because I don't like making a fuss. I don't know, I just accept it, I suppose. But, yeah, but once I got onto them steroids, the breathlessness stopped. That was the worst, because I couldn't even shower. I couldn't shower for 4 days in a row once. That's how weak I was. I said to Aaron, I think you're going to need to get a chair in the shower, because I can't stand, you know. It was fucking horrible. Excuse the language, but it really was. I felt worse than going through all that chemo, and that's talking about the Red Devil chemo as well. I knew what to expect with that, you know. You shit for 2 weeks and then you come all right, sort of thing. But there was no reprieve. You know, everything was dizzy, everything was hazy. I was walking sideways. I couldn't do anything, you know. It was just crap, absolute crap. So that's where I've been at. That's what's happening. I feel I'm getting better. Like I feel a lot better. At least I can eat now. I'm eating normally and everything like that. But it was a nightmare. It really, really was a freaking nightmare. And I just wanted to make you aware that if you get prescribed some you know, tablets, and you're getting worse and you're feeling worse, really, you know, really don't wait as long as I did, I suppose. Really tell your oncologist what's going on. But he was really adamant. He really thought it was not because even the hematologist researched it, nothing has come up like this before. So it's something that it triggered in me. But, you know, I just wanted to make people aware that, you know, these things can happen. You can have reactions to your tablets. Now, when he first put me on these tablets, he said, don't worry. He said, because what you find is in situations like yours is that they work for a long, long time and then they stop working, and then you have to try just go on another medication. It's just the way it is. He said, but luckily, he said, there's hundreds of different types of medication that I can actually put you on, which is really good to know. So, you know, and I have no intention of dying. I'm going to be here for years and years. And looking back at all that I've gone through, and this is including even when I was a kid, my dad saved me twice, once from drowning and once from being mauled by a dog. I have come close to death so many times. My appendix, gangrene, abscess on it. It's not funny. So there is a reason I'm here. There is a reason I'm here. And if this is it, if this is sharing my cancer journey and the things that happened to me, and I said that to my oncologist, I said, if this helps someone else down the track, they get prescribed the same drug and the same thing happens, well, hopefully there's a note somewhere that says this so people know, you know, and that's how I look at it. So whatever happens to me, if it can help someone on down the track, then I'm happy, you know. That's what I want. And so that's why I made this video. So, you know, please don't think it will happen to you, but just be aware that, you know, if there's anything new, any new symptoms, let your oncologist know and deal with it. Yeah. So I think my dog wants to go outside and maybe do a wee. So I will close off this video, and I will be making content when I'm better again. It's probably going to be for a few months away, I'd say still. But I just thought I'd pop in and let you know that I haven't carked it. I'm still here, still planning on being here for a long, long time. And I'll thank you all for your well wishes, because I know I know so many of you are always giving me lots of love and wishes and prayers, and I really, really appreciate it. It really helps me deal with this, you know, it really, really does. So yeah, so even though I'm sort of classed as terminal, as soon as I say that word, I reject it. And even Aaron said that. I said, we just reject it. I'm not terminal, okay? When you think about it, we all are, I suppose. We're all getting closer to death, aren't we? But, you know, I just don't look at it like that. I'm not terminal. I'm going to be around for a long time. That's my plan. So anyway, until next time, it's been nice to make a video again, and I will when I'm feeling a lot more better. Take care, everyone.